King Charles faints on his birthday after Prince Harry's surprise appearance. Of course, if your son lives on the other side of the world, it can be a complete surprise when he faces you again. King Charles III experienced a challenging moment during the celebration of his 76th birthday on November 14th. A fainting spell that raised concerns about his health. Standing at the gateway to passing the torch to his heir and descendants, the king had faced a challenging condition which captured the eyes and hearts of royal fans and also many more folks of the international society. Stay tuned and find out the events that appeared on the iconic day of the iconic king that have overwhelmed His Majesty. Unfortunately for King Charles III and all his supporters, the situation was not straightforward during the celebration. Everything was conducted in an atmosphere of complete modesty to show the humility of the English royal family and that the king was not about celebrations and festivities. In January 2024, Charles underwent a procedure to deal with an enlarged prostate. Even though the life he lived was in luxury and comfort, this was a condition that is inevitable. The following month after the discovery of the prostate, which led to the immediate surgery, another condition was brought to light regarding the health of King Charles III. It was revealed that during the procedure of surgical intervention focused on the abnormally enlarged prostate, a separate issue had been uncovered. After laborious investigation and critical observation by the concerning medical professionals, this condition was later determined to be that of a cancer. While palace officials, for the purpose of royal confidentiality and other medical ethics concerns, declined to specify the type, they did state with assurance that the issue which was discovered upon investigation was not prostate cancer. As he sought treatment, King Charles was without a doubt obliged to step back from administrative duties that required him to come and appear in front of the public. The royal family faced additional difficulties as it was later revealed that Catherine, Princess of Wales, was also undergoing treatment for cancer.
It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family.
He continued to battle cancer in that, despite the difficulties he felt he was winning. On related note of the king being overwhelmed by events happening around the palace, this next one was uncalled for. On the eve of his 76th birthday, King Charles III revealed he was recently brought to tears while watching Queen Camilla's latest documentary. Speaking at a Buckingham Palace reception on November 13th, the king shared how Her Majesty the Queen, Behind Closed Doors, which premiered on ITV1 on November 11th, deeply touched him. The documentary sheds light on Queen Camilla's ongoing efforts to combat domestic violence, a cause central to her royal work. During the reception, held to celebrate the film and TV charity, King Charles spoke with actor Damian Lewis, who had also watched the 90-minute film. According to The Telegraph, the king, after expressing the depth of how moved he was by the event, he boldly remarked that there is a significantly good reason to believe BAFTA, the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, might be interested in such content, and it would serve as a genuine resource for broadcasting. The king expressed his share of experience which had made his birthday one spectacular day among the number of past ones he had in his plentiful and luxurious life. In January 2020, the Duke and Duchess Prince Harry and Meghan announced that they were stepping back from their role as senior members of the royal family and would balance their time between the United Kingdom and North America. A statement released by the palace confirmed that the Duke and Duchess were to become financially independent and cease to represent the Queen. At the time of the announcement of Harry and Meghan's decision to step back as senior members of the royal family in 2020, 95% of the couple's income derived from the $2.3 million given to them annually by Harry's father, King Charles, as part of his income from the Duchy of Cornwall. The couple retain their HRH stylings but are not permitted to use them. The formal role of the Duke and Duchess was subject to a 12-month review period, ending in March 2021. In March 2020, Harry attended the opening of the Silverstone Experience and Silverstone Circuit, together with racing driver Lewis Hamilton. Harry's appearance at the museum was his final solo engagement as a senior royal. He and Meghan attended the Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey on 9 March 2020, which was their last engagement as a couple before they officially stepped down on 31st March. Harry's personal wealth was estimated at $30 million by the Daily Telegraph in 2020. 2 years later, they made their first official appearance in the UK in June 2020 2022 while attending the Platinum Jubilee National Service of Thanksgiving. The royal family's strained relationship with Harry and Meghan also continued to pose challenges for the king, especially after the 6-part documentary series Harry and Meghan debuted on Netflix in December 2022. Similarly problematic was the publication in early January 2023 of Harry's memoir, Spare, in which, among other tell-all revelations, the prince describes in detail his feud with Prince William. Parallelly, the main absentee was Queen Camilla. Although Queen Camilla joined King Charles at the reception, she skipped the global premiere of Gladiator II later that evening, as she continues to recover from a chest infection that caused her to miss recent remembrance events. But it was to everyone's surprise, if not more for the king, when the retreated Prince Harry appeared via video call to express his love and support for his father. His surprising appearance didn't stop there. He proceeded to say that he promises to return to England in the coming days to continue the fight for the stability of the English monarchy. This unexpected appearance and totally overwhelming promise immediately brought tears to King Charles III, leading to his slight fainting spell, causing concern for many and evoking emotions in others, showing that his love and care for his son, Prince Harry, are stronger than ever. A reaction that showed that the love of a father for his younger son, in this case Harry, remains strong, alive, and active despite the distance. Born in Reading, Catherine grew up in Bucklebury, Berkshire. She was educated at St. Andrew's School and Marlborough College before earning a degree in art history at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, where she met Prince William in 2001 and graduated in 2005. She held several jobs and pursued charity work before their engagement was announced in November 2010. She became Duchess of Cambridge by her marriage on 29 April 2011 at Westminster Abbey. The couple have 3 children, George, Charlotte, and Louis. Following her marriage, Catherine has undertaken royal duties and commitments in support of the British monarch. She has represented the royal family on official overseas tours and has played a significant role in various charitable activities by undertaking projects through the Royal Foundation, with her charity work primarily focusing on issues surrounding early childhood care, addiction, and art. Catherine holds patronage with over 20 charitable and military organizations, including the Anna Freud Center, Action for Children, Sports Aid, and the National Portrait Gallery. To encourage people to discuss their mental health problems, she envisioned the mental health awareness campaign Heads Together, which she launched with her husband William and brother-in-law Harry in April 2016. Catherine's relationship with the media has been closely scrutinized, particularly regarding her efforts to maintain privacy amidst significant media attention and public interest. The media have referred to her impact on British and American fashion as the Kate Middleton effect. Time listed her as one of the most influential people in the world in 2011, 2012, and 2013. On 9 September 2022, she became Princess of Wales when William was created Prince of Wales by his father, King Charles III. To the surprise of spectators and media audience in the British community, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, announced that she has been ill of cancer.
The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present.
In March, she announced that her cancer was found after a planned abdominal surgery and that she'd need to undergo chemotherapy to prevent the cancer from recurring. In mid-January 2024, prior to her cancer diagnosis, Kate underwent a planned abdominal surgery. In a statement released the following day, Kensington Palace wrote, "The surgery was successful, and it is expected that she will remain in hospital for 10 to 14 days before returning home to continue her recovery. Based on the current medical advice, she is unlikely to return to public duties until after Easter." Kate said in March that while her diagnosis came as a huge shock, she and William have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family. As you can imagine, this has taken time. It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a way that is appropriate for them, and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay, she said. The statement went on to say the palace would only provide updates that were significant, and to apologize on behalf of the princess, who had to postpone all upcoming engagements. Kate returned home to Windsor to continue to recover in late January, according to a palace statement, which added, "She is making good progress. At the time, a palace source told NBC News that she was expected to be recuperating for 2 to 3 months following the surgery. She looks forward to reinstating as many as possible, as soon as possible, the statement said. A Kensington Palace source told NBC News in mid-January that William would be postponing appearances in the coming months and not conduct any official duties while his wife was in the hospital or immediately after she returned home. For weeks after the surgery and before her cancer diagnosis was revealed, speculation, rumors, and conspiracies, theories swirled around the well-being of the future queen. The palace has yet to reveal what the abdominal surgery was meant to address. In a video statement, Kate announced that she was in the early stages of preventative chemotherapy after undergoing major abdominal surgery in January. Doctors initially thought her condition was non-cancerous, but tests after the surgery found evidence of cancer. While the palace has not shared what type of cancer the former Kate Middleton was diagnosed with, the princess has shared some updates on her cancer journey with the public. The princess has not specified what kind of cancer she was undergoing treatment for. The most common types of cancer discovered through abdominal surgery are gastrointestinal, such as colon or stomach, genital, or urinary, as it was mentioned by Dr. Ben-Ho Park, director of precision oncology at Vanderbilt School of Medicine, which he told on his interview with Today.com. In June, she shared that she had a few months of chemotherapy left ahead of her first public appearance since her health issues at Trooping the Color. Since the day she uttered those words, the unexpected news has gone viral, and following that, her life has become the center of discussion. Every time she appears in public, the issue of concern in everyone's mind would be how the intensity of the illness which she is suffering from, and next to that is the progress of her treatment. Questions arise: what type of cancer does the princess have? Recently, there were discussions about whether she is bald or wearing a wig, which sparked much debate and speculation among royal family fans. As Catherine is constantly in the public eye, her appearance, especially her hair, has become a subject of great interest. However, after her appearance at the Remembrance Day ceremonies, new rumors began circulating, claiming that the princess might never have had cancer. During the weekend dressed in black as the occasion required, the Princess of Wales looked particularly emotional this year. Observers noticed that she looked visibly tired with a puffy face and dark circles under her eyes. Kate began chemotherapy in late February. Then, in September, her most recent health update, she announced she had finished treatment, is cancer-free, and would be slowly returning to work responsibilities. As it was being highly anticipated by fans and media audience, Kate revealed she is done with chemotherapy in her own words. "Although I have finished chemotherapy, my path to healing and full recovery is long, and I must continue to take each day as it comes," she wrote on social media. When Kate revealed her cancer diagnosis in March, she specified that she was undergoing a course of preventative chemotherapy. According to Kate, her medical team suggested chemotherapy treatment as a purely preventative measure, as the surgery to address the issue with her abdomen was successful. While not a clinical term, preventive, or also known as adjuvant chemotherapy, in better expressive terms, refers to a treatment that follows any initial interventions, such as surgery, to prevent cancer from returning. Clinical trials have found that chemotherapy can reduce the risk of the cancer recurring. Upon announcing this news to the eager public, which was following every update from the media, she had finished chemotherapy and was focused on being cancer-free and returning to work. Kate said, "The past 9 months have been incredibly tough for us as a family." She also said that she is well and getting stronger every day, and is focused on making a full recovery. World leaders and everyday Britons expressed their support for the princess. Kate said, "To all those who are continuing their own cancer journey, I remain with you side by side, hand in hand." She's since undergone treatment and is now considered cancer-free. After revealing she had completed her chemotherapy, she started to return to her public duties. In her first public appearance in Southport after completing chemotherapy, the royal couple, smiling and holding hands, surprised fans with their appearance. While the princess has understandably been lying low and spending time at home with her family, she has been seen out several times with William and their kids in the months since her diagnosis. She also made an appearance at Trooping the Color in June and at Wimbledon in July. Next, she is expected to make a special appearance with her family in November. Many were happy to see the princess in good condition. However, more attentive observers could not help but notice something in her appearance that sparked curiosity. One of them wrote, "It's great to see our princess. The burgundy look is fantastic." Others appreciated the restraint in the choice of clothing. "I like how they subtly match. They don't need to be salt and pepper. It's obvious that they are the Prince and Princess of Wales." Meanwhile, others noted that Catherine did not lose her hair during treatment. treatment. At Wimbledon this year, her appearance was a symbol of hope. Fans could not help but notice how much weight she had lost after months of chemotherapy. Fans on social media expressed their concern and sadness about her thin figure. One fan wrote that Catherine's dress saddened them because it seemed like she was wearing something with extra material on the chest to hide how much weight she had lost. Another commented, "I noticed that she has lost so much weight, her arms look incredibly thin." During her cancer treatment, several royal experts claimed that Catherine Middleton turned to faith. She strengthened her values with Christian faith, communicating with friends who have strong religious beliefs. These conversations positively influenced her recovery. After defeating cancer in early September, Catherine is gradually returning to normal life. Kate attended her first official engagement after being diagnosed with cancer in mid-September 2024, a meeting on early years education in the UK. Then, in mid-October 2024, she made her first public appearance since finishing cancer treatment. She met with the parents of a children killed in a knife attack in northwest England. She and William were photographed speaking with emergency responders. A senior palace aide previously told NBC News in late May, Kate will return to work when she has the green light from her doctors. She needs her space and the privacy to recover right now. She is doing it her way and at her own pace. The future queen remains one of the most popular members of the British royal family and is finally returning to her beloved health and wellness routine after completing chemotherapy. Several royal analysts shared how the wife of the heir to the throne is regaining her shine, admiring not only her elegance, but also her dedication to health and wellness. The princess, as they say, starts each day with an energizing grain juice full of nutrients different from the usual morning coffee or tea. It is emphasized that regularly, including such superfoods in the diet, can positively affect cholesterol levels and support overall heart health. When she returns to her old routine, she will likely only appear at major royal events, with visits to charitable events that will probably be in video format. Her focus will be on her family while she participates in key events. William is very interested in her return, but this does not necessarily mean that we will have many commitments where she will be showing up. The eldest son of the Prince and Princess of Wales, Prince George may still be a teenager, but it won't be long before he joins the members of the royal family on the balcony and takes his place as the heir to the throne. In his earlier days of upbringing, George spent his first months in Anglesey, Wales, before his family relocated to Kensington Palace in 2014. He embarked on his first royal tour with his parents in April 2014, during which they spent 3 weeks in New Zealand and Australia. Although George appeared only twice, the BBC described the 9-month-old future king as the star of the show. The then Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott predicted in the Parliament House, Canberra, that George would one day be welcomed there as King of Australia. Australian media called him the Republican Slayer, after polls showed the lowest support for republicanism in the country for 35 years. In June 2015, George made his first public appearance on the balcony of Buckingham Palace following the Trooping the Colour parade. From 2015 to 2017, his family lived at Anmer Hall in Norfolk, where he started at Westacre Montessori School Nursery in January 2016. George met Barack and Michelle Obama on 22nd April 2016. The encounter later prompted Barack Obama to joke that Prince George showed up to our meeting in his bathrobe, a clear breach of protocol. The recent public appearance of George's mother on Remembrance Day sparked speculation in Britain about whether the Princess of Wales will return to her royal duties. At 42, Catherine indicated that her return to work will be gradual and phased, meaning she will only appear at particularly important moments, as was the case a few days ago. The royal family gathered for the ceremonial remembrance parade in Kota to mark this significant event in the royal calendar. The Princess of Wales has not missed this event in Kota since marrying into the royal family 13 years ago. Many were happy to see her presence at key dates in the royal calendar, and this was likely very meaningful for the 3 Wales children. It was also a comfort for William that she was there, and for the children to see her supporting their father. This is a very good message for them, as one former palace staff member said. Prince George, who is only 11 years old, is ready to appear on the balcony next to his mother in a touching case. Without a doubt, Prince George's ascension will be highly anticipated in the coming years. The young royal 11-year-old boy is now a central figure at events such as Trooping the Colour, and attends more and more football matches with his father, Prince William, possibly preparing to inherit the patronage of AFF. This is such an unexpected leap of intellectual maturity for a boy who, once earlier in his childhood, claimed to aspire that he wants to be a pizza chef. Participating in such events as Remembrance Day ceremonies is a serious task, requiring a degree of maturity that young Prince George is beginning to develop. As the future King Prince William received an education different from that of his wife, Princess Catherine, but they are absolutely united in raising their 3 children. The couple works tirelessly to ensure that Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis are as humble and simple as possible despite their unique circumstances, and they have taken lessons from their own childhood to help create a modern family unit. For William, it is particularly important that the trio experiences a degree of normality. He was raised with the awareness that he would one day become king, as will his eldest son George. But before the royal duties begin, William wants to ensure that George and his siblings enjoy a typical education, with appropriate emotional support around them. Much of the Wales parenting style is based on the Middleton model, a small family unit of 3 children like Catherine and her siblings. They do not live luxuriously, but live very comfortably. Keeping the children grounded includes helping around the house, and without serving staff in Adelaide Cottage, all 3 are expected to help. Meanwhile, the reduction in the number of working royals was part of King Charles's vision for his reign. But with the passing of the late Queen and the estrangement of Harry and Meghan, many wondered if the reduced royal family would be vulnerable in times of crisis, such as Catherine and the King's cancer diagnosis. The House of Windsor could turn to secret weapons like the Duchess of Edinburgh and Princess Anne. Their image standing beside the King on the balcony was a reminder of how the firm has changed over the past years. She looked happy and relaxed. She should be fully aware that people might notice any signs of discomfort, but she was radiant. Recently, there have been calls for Prince William to consider using his cousins, Princesses Beatrice and Eugene, and younger royals like Lady Louise Windsor, as his reign approaches.